I don't think we got the best setup for this one. Aftershock? Alright, we'll make Aftershock work. Get in this guy's face. I don't know why I wouldn't jump over. I guess we'll find out. We're going to roll the dice. What do we got? Shield Bash, good. Second one, good. Revitalize, alright, we're happy. Ultimate Hunter, cheap shot. Alright, so we didn't get Ingenious Hunter, so I don't know that we can full carry, but we can try our best. Ingenious Hunter on Shen, right? You get all these ridiculous activated items. What's up, guys? Turn on the chat. Let's make sure everything looks good, sounds good. We got the pre-show. This is our warm-up right here. Having fun with you guys. Welcome. At noon o'clock, we're going to be going over growth mindset, the continued lesson. We're going to be looking at the fixed mindset. What happens if we don't grow? What happens when we get stuck? And it's gonna be a trying day, I think, because I'm gonna have to be very honest with the things that make me stuck where I'm at, right? What makes me stuck? What are the ghosts that haunt me? And then trying to break through those walls. We'll go over a way to practice it, then we'll put it into games. So hopefully you guys can stick around to the end for that. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Alright, we've got a Jax and a Jace. Jax completely counters Shen at every stage in the game. So this is going to be a tough one. Jace is going to bully the heck out of Fizz, but Fizz can go for short trades starting at level 3. Lee Sin is a more aggressive jungler than Zac, but Zac's going to have those longer launch angles. Ashe will be able to affect the fights a little bit better. And then we have Senna Philios. So scaling's definitely going to be in their pocket. We're going to have to be proactive. I'm all set with bots, thank you. We are au natural here. The shield on. He hit us, which takes aggro. That's a little bit of a mistake by him. This is going to be a beginning. I don't know how much I want to get into micro mechanics. I think I want to, right? Where that's going to be the plan today. But I also want to set up a baseline. Like, what's the old me? These two, we got to back out. Probably could have just walked up aggressively. Didn't realize that Jax had a window to get his ward out. Slow pushing and hard pushing, same thing when you're playing Shen. It was really funny when Aloha said that. But that's basically where we're at. All we have is autos. We can't do anything else, so we're just going to stack this wave, start pushing it in. Now with the protection of this big wave, it doesn't even matter that he can get him to attack us, get the minions on him. Alright, he eased back up, so I have to be a little bit leery. Got the reset, couldn't get the Q off. That's gonna be really, really bad for my chances up here. What's he going to do with the wave state? It is regankable. Looks like he's trying to push, and he's gonna have a mediocre time of it. So these things should be okay here, but we're not gonna hit level 6, but we're good. Oh, and he's leaving me a beautiful wave state. I appreciate you. Lee Sin's really good at taking one grub. He doesn't really need to stress himself to get any more than that. Now we are going to thin this out. I could have let that stay and hit more, but I want to make sure that we're giving Lee Sin options here. So by pushing, it's going to open up options for the void grubs. That was really slow. And that is why we shoved, right? We can shove. This is pushing out enough. He either has the option of sticking around and trying to make more happen, and trying to like catch this wave, bring it back. We do have a Jace that we have to contest with, potentially. Maybe I'll just get in the way and block this thing. We take the 2, which opens up the door for 5. It also shuts the door of them ever getting 5, so getting 2 on the first side, right? A lot is discussed about whether or not you take 1 of the void grubs, and 1 obviously has some big benefits, right? We've listed that before, but going for multiple also means that we have some other options. Looks like we're going to be going for Fizz here. I'm going to get out of the Zax's range before we go in. And I'm just going to get on top of them. Fizz is in. We're all in right here. Get an assist. This would normally be Ingenious Hunter stacks, but it's not, which sucks. But it is Ultimate Hunter stacks, and those are invaluable, right? We've already got 4 out of 5. I believe the one we're missing is the guy in our lane, so we should... No, it's Jace. So we should have an adequate chance at making this happen. Also now with the cooldown boots, we should have plenty of opportunities to get the ult. This guy's trying to shove. He doesn't have any AoE, so he's trying to do it with abilities. And this is Jax's weak part right here in this stage of the game. He does have the empowered autos that he's just going to continue to try to force with. We're going to get into range here of this cannon, ever so barely. Boom, got them all. Killing it. Alright, Jax is almost certainly recalling right now, so we're going to get a big shove off. Now, it could have been a window potentially to proxy right here, but this is going to collide on the turret. It's going to sit right there, so it does give me a window to try to make something happen potentially on Jace. Right, Jax is just recalling, so I'm just going to chill right here. We're going to put a ward on the respawning red, so we have an idea when Zac goes for this. No, we don't have a ward. Never mind, I'm crazy, but we are going to all in this guy. I'll let Fizz take the first aggro. Or not. Oh, he's just Eing after doing nothing? Okay. That's not exactly what we want. Obviously, we want the opposite to be true, right? He can take the aggro, and then he can use the E, and then I get free fire for a bit, and then I can dash out. Right, he can even land his E on top of the guy, because he'll drop the aggro, I'll pick it up, and then he can land the E on top. So instead, we each get a turret shot. We get very little done on the Jace. And we'll just kind of sit here. Take stock of the Jax's items. He's stronger than me in a 1v1. So we're just going to let the wave come back to us. We're going to force him to stick around too. Gonna look for this ulti. I think we're in a good spot here. I think we're just winning. Alright, he missed that, but that's okay. It's gonna be enough. We're gonna get this guy too. Then we'll push this, and we get the assist on Jace. Now we have 5 ulti hunter stacks. We are sitting pretty. Gonna make our way back to top lane. They can push this on their own. Nami needs to be careful. Gonna practice our faster button presses, start getting warmed up for that. We are gonna do a 100 CS challenge for ourselves, try to level up there. Looks like we're just out of range for that. Might have been worth actually just tucking into the corner. Should have hit the middle one. Alright, we're going to start pushing again because we've got Void Grubs. Should be Lee's prerogative to do this. He's much stronger in a fight, and he's also 204 with a completed Eclipse, so we absolutely want to take these fights. That should make it burst. Coming after us. Oh, he's big, and this guy's distracted. Uh-oh, and we're in the Sentinel. That's not how we wanted to do this. The point was to continue the push to try to get everyone up. This is the opposite of that, and obviously with Sentinel nearby, or being able to influence the fight being the worst case scenario. Fizz also wants to be coming over. Probably could have communicated that. We didn't ask our team to do it, so it's no big deal. We're gonna try Stridebreaker today. Now, this is greeting for a plate, right? So unless this is turning into a buy that actually matters for him, this could put him in a bit of a trough. There we go. That's what we're talking about. So now he has to sit back. He's got no more teleport. It means I get to push this. I also get to keep my eyes on mid. So I'm looking right here at HP bars, and we get to see that things are going quite nicely. I don't really need to expend anything else. We're just winning. So right there, like, I should get an assist because I'm watching. I'm making sure that the play is good, you know? But we just don't need it the rest of the way. Alright, we can go pick up our Stridebreaker and then try to ult onto this Lee Sin. Got him, baby. Well played, Tusa. Oh, that guy's dead. That's a Fizz on your tail. Oh, we hit him. Okay, go tank this. That's right. Guard breaker was enough. Fizz main, by the way. Alright, so now we stick around. We let Ashe pick this up, but we need to go take the dragon. That's okay, Ashe, you can just go mid. I don't think we try to make this fight. We're sitting on a lot of gold. Lee Sin just spent, or just pushed those fights, so we'd like to get him into a spot where he can get out. Uh-oh. To the face. Is it enough? Yeah, kite the man. Good job. Alright, what else should we go here? I mean, generally double ruby crystals just fine. We can go lane against the Aphelios. Ashe can continue to push this out. There's no reason to stop her. She wants to get her money, that's fine. But we want to get her access to this turret, try to move people around, try to get to the Rift Herald. We'd like to push in up mid. The Fizz is going to be very strong right here as well, so he can go into the side lanes. Should be trying to prey on this Aphelios as much as possible. So it really should be Ashe in the mid lane, pushing inside out for the rest of us. Got you. And no one takes any damage, and we're good. Yeah, I actually really like Guardbreaker. I think I like it way more than Titanic, because it lets you actually do fighty, tanky bruiser things. Alright, so Ashe should be able to push this up. We could go to Rift Herald. We're going to take this for sure. We can absolutely push this up, Ashe. I got your back. You've got a Shen on your team. You can also just push mid and send Fizz there, like it's all good. But we have such a big lead right now that we can really take all the outers, and we can be rotating to all those spots. Just can't keep getting this pressure up. Jax is actually doing the right thing to answer my pressure with his pressure. Aphelios is not here, which means I'm just going to run here, and we're going to collapse. I think we're just good. Not only are we going to be good, but we're like really good because we've got Prio on mid wave too. He sends in, we're going to ult him. They're all knocked up for a bit. And we clean up everything. Aphelios is late to the rotation. He comes over, has to leave behind a little bit. Jax does get one back. Do we actually... Yeah, we just lost track of him. I lost track of him. I'm going to go to the long lane. We want to set Ashe on the objectives of getting turrets. We want to get these two outer turrets done. We can easily get that. Give to Fizz. This guy can carry harder than I can, although my team did ask for a carry, yeah. Well, this would be a skill check right here. I like this guy's idea of clearing out the minions. It's going to take me a minute to get up there. I don't even know what I want to buy here. Probably just Warmogs. Fizz should be all-inning the Aphelios. Sin is nowhere to be seen. This is an easy kill for him. He's got his Lichbane and he's got 10 stacks on Magi, so he's got the move speed. Easy peasy. Aphelios is a little bit lost, does not know what to do, but I'm in the right spot now for this dragon. We can continue to push mid. I'll do that, and I'll give a vision over here. Give our team a little bit of something to think about. Alright, we could ult on Fizz right now just for the upfront damage. That's what I was feared though, is that he would want to just get out. Now it is a like slow trade opportunity because he can just go back. By the time he gets back into the fight, he's going to have his ultimate. Alright, similarly for us, we've got Warmogs. We could just like tool on this Aphelios a little bit, but he can also just kite away from us. He's really, really weak. Really not much to gain from winning that fight, even if we do, when we do. Oh, this guy's reaching. He's playing like he doesn't have a Shen on his team, you know? Guys, I'm here. Spread out, make sure we don't get hit. Gotta pull these guys in a bit. I'll just flash over. We get another kill. We'll come right back in. Warmogs is going to start ticking up. We're going to be nice and healthy. We're actually getting all the assists here anyways. And the Warmogs will start going crazy for us. And this guy gets all his Magi stacks, and we just play with our lead, right? Warmogs is ticking up. Aphelios, do we want to give him anything on the other side? I mean, he's so weak that we could just stop him. Lee Sin's also just going to be there, so... Alright, we got multiple waves pushed in. Jack's actually teleported up top. That might be actually a miss by me. We did not need to give him anything back. Alright, Zach is likely the only person to be down here. This wave will auto push. We can also just get it to start pushing again, because by the time we are ready to push this up, we're going to have Baron. They got another turret. That sucks. That's actually just a big whiff by us. Now, if they come to me, that's dandy. That means that we can start going for this. We see Zach and Aphelios and Jax on the map, so we can absolutely start pushing up. Ashe is by herself. That's a flash. Nami's trying to peel. Got this. And we have an ult ready for those mid laners. If anyone starts taking damage.
Dominating.
Whole time we were watching HP bars ready to ult. They just didn't need it. We're just that far ahead. We'll do a triumphant ult right here. This Lee Sin played great. Yaboba. Social? Nah, just let's see, who are we missing it on? Nami. No love for the support. That's too bad. That's too bad. They should get it too. They should get some love. Alright, are we ready to begin? I think so. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the Strat Chat. Welcome back. We are continuing our lesson on growth mindset. Alright, this is the fourth lesson grouping of lessons that are put together in presentations. There are 8 of these that are part of the Academy curriculum, right? The ability to put everything together. And we're going into growth mindset. Yesterday we went into what it is, why it's important. Today we're going to be looking at what are the downsides and potentially take a look at your own weaknesses, right? Things that you think are fixed qualities about yourself and what you can do to change them. So if we go forward, just a reminder, yesterday we were talking about Deft. Even after he had just won the semifinals and he wasn't sure that he could win the finals, he's thinking to himself, I'm playing well. And even if we don't win worlds, I feel like I'm getting better, and that's good, right? And just taking that journey and being about what's in here and about getting better and appreciating the journey and the process separate from the outcome. What you see at the bottom of your screen is going to be one of those tenets that comes up. So, the opposite. All right, this is from Carol Dweck, published 2015. In a fixed mindset, people believe their basic qualities, like their intelligence or talent, are simply fixed traits. They spend their time documenting their intelligence or talent instead of developing them. They also believe that talent alone creates success without effort. Obviously, effort and hard work and drive are going to be the thing that sets people aside and apart from everybody else. Head and shoulders above, even if you have the same talent, Other people who work harder might get to the same place you go, and the people that have the talent, it's the people who work the hardest that are going to get the furthest. So if you want to just continue growing, you want to be the best that ever was, you want to be the best version of yourself, then you want to continue growing. A fixed mindset can lead to burnout. All right, we talked about this in the last lesson, where you feel like you're stuck in your ways and you don't grow. And this is probably the most common thing that lands in League of Legends, and the most common reason for toxicity, where people feel like they're stuck in whatever zone they're in. You can always eclipse that. You can always grow from that. Stagnation of improvement, right? You get stuck, same way. Reduced enjoyment, also leading to the toxicity, right? When people are feeling stuck, they're more likely to get frustrated. They start seeing the things that are going wrong and blaming other people around it, rather than figuring out, what am I stuck with? What are the things that I'm doing wrong? And it lowers your level of performance, right? Because you're just more likely to go into autopilot, because it's just the same old thing over and over and over. So we want to buck all those trends. Fixed mindset is widely rampant in League of Legends, and some of the more common fixed views are going to come up here. I'm in loser's queue. This is a common one. Loser's queue is out of my control, therefore climbing out of it is out of my control and my efforts are pointless. Well, loser's queue tends to be a misnomer. There is a corrective, like, patience queue that has people going through when you do bad actions in game, or you're being toxic in game. It's more likely to put you with other people that are behaving that way. The trick to get out is to stop, right? And to change yourself. And it's not the queue itself that's holding you back, it's your ability within the queue. And if you do get distracted by people, if they're toxic first and that sets you off, then mute, right? You can do things that change that perspective, that dynamic, that help you to escape from it. You can make changes. You can also take credit for the things that got you there, right? You have to you have to assign responsibility. You have to take accountability for the things that got you into that position, and then change. It's detrimental because it takes the personal responsibility away, and it justifies the poor play and dismisses your own poor performance. When you feel like you're stuck somewhere, it's easy to just blame other people, and as long as it's their fault, it's not your fault. And since it's not your fault, it's okay. But you have to decide, do you like being in that environment where you just have to rely on other people to do their job, and every time that they don't, you lose? Is that the kind of player that you want to be? Or do you want to grow out of that? Another example is, my MMR is ruined. I need a new account to climb. These are all things that have come to the academy, by the way, right? These are common complaints. My MMR is ruined. I need a new account to climb. And they would prefer to take a new account and try to level that all the way up to see, all right, what if I get leveled into platinum this time when I was stuck in gold? That'll solve everything. But it doesn't. You land there, and then you're going to come back to your own habits that landed you in gold, right? Your MMR is pretty good at evaluating and honing in where you belong and putting you in that spot. So if you want to get better, you have to change. You're not a gold player. You're not a bronze player. That is just where you're at right now, and you can grow from that. There are things that you can learn. A common mindset that you'll see, or a common theme that you see, is things that are external versus things that are intrinsic. When the things are external and you try to blame them on other people, or you just displace and disperse the blame, it's to protect your ego, right? It's about what's going on up here. And as long as it's someone else's fault, it's not your own fault. When you choose to change, that's when a whole nother level can come out of you, right? You look at Roger Federer was a famous example of this in traditional sports. 19-year-old Roger, an 18-year-old, he was a brat. Yell at the umpires, he'd break his racket. Around 19 is when it set in, like, okay, every time that I do this, my opponent gets stronger. I get stronger when I see my opponent do that. It's very easy to see that they get stronger when I do it. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that gets knocked out in the quarterfinals, most talented player to ever come up the ranks, and then just be stuck as a top 10 talented player, right? I want to be the best. So he changed and he made that decision. I'm going to be stoic on the court. I'm going to be the model pro. I want to be the best that there is. And to do that, I need to change who I am. I need to make a conscious effort to adapt. When you don't, you end up getting stuck. Sometimes people say, my teammates hold me back. There's a belief that because it's a team game, the players on your team are the reason you lose. Blaming others is very, very easy to do. And sometimes it feels good to just analyze the game, and you might catch yourself saying something about a teammate. And every time that you do, every moment that's spent on that negative thought towards a teammate is time that's taken away from you, right? So again, same theme. Ego protection, we're distorting our own performance. We're thinking that we were better than we were. When you go in and start evaluating your own game, you can actually start seeing what weaknesses you have, what other people might be seeing in you. And especially if you want to be hypercritical of yourself, when someone makes a statement that sets you off or that is hypercritical of you, that might be a really good time to go back after the game with a clear mind and see what they were talking about. You know, like, for example, I had a game, we're playing, the fight I thought was a bad fight and would be done. And so I started clearing a ward. And then I see the guy who is clearly the most talented on our team says, what ELO is this that you stopped to hit a ward? And it was very jarring. And it was like, okay, maybe that is something. Yeah, I definitely stopped to finish the thing I was doing a lot. Do I grow from this? Do I shrink from this? Do I shut down because this guy's being mean? I took it in stride and saying, okay, this guy really believes in his plays. I'm going to continue to shadow him the rest of this game. And then at the end of the game, I'll go back and look. There's a chance that this guy's just much better, right? What if he's much better than me and he's expecting me to be 3 seconds behind instead of 5 seconds behind killing that ward? And could we have actually won the fight? I think when I went back and reviewed it, I don't think the result would have changed. But for the rest of the game, certainly by backing that guy up, he was able to play his strongest. It allowed me to play my strongest. When you shine, it allows other people to shine. And when you try to slink behind the idea that your teammates that are playing poorly is what's dragging you down, that's the opposite, right? You want to be the shining beacon that allows everyone else to play their best. Not only is it good for you in that game where you have a chance to play your best, it also invites them to play their best. It also has a very long-term goal of making the community better, and the game that we play a lot makes it a much healthier place to exist. And so that for that reason alone, we should always try to prop our teammates up, disperse the credit, right? We don't need the credit from the strangers. We know what we did. When we have this growth mindset, we know of the things that we can work on. We know what we're working on. We know what we're trying to do better. And by shining and allowing other people's to shine, you know, by dispersing the credit and taking the blame, we can continue growing from the thing that we have inspected in ourselves, that we reflected and found that there's room to grow. And then the other people are feeling better. It's going to prop up the community. They're going to feel better about you. They're going to support you more. And then over time, the community gets better. There's plenty of people that are being toxic in League of Legends and not enough that are being really nice. So that's my challenge to you, is be nicer in your games. See what effect it has. Next one, I'm hard stuck. I can't rank up because I'm not good enough. Why it's detrimental. This shows that the individual is not even attempting to try to develop their skills or recognize that there are fixable mistakes and changes that can be made. And this is sort of where we're going to be attacking, so I'll get into this more later. I can't play carries top, and this might be a derivative of I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to be able to play carry champions in the top lane, so I'll only play tanks. Now, there might be a moment where you reflect on my skill set is best on tanks. Let me develop all of the tanks, and I will be a tank player. But there are very few people that should be ending their journey. There are very few people that should be ending their journey. If that's what you like and that's what you get enjoyment out of the game is I want to play tanks, this is what I'm best at, I'm going to continue to do it. Yeah, all right, that's fairly realistic and saying that's a healthy goal. For me, I like being a variety player, right? I have 100 champions that are rank 5 or higher. I think 72 that are rank 7. And the goal, I'd like to get 100 to rank 7. But the reality is, And it was really jarring this season with a complete overhaul of the game. I had to strip away everything because what the big advantage I had over everyone going into or at the end of last season is I feel like I know this game better than anybody. And in a sense, that was already labeling, like we saw earlier, labeling our own thing. It stopped me from growing. But then also, when that's taken away, and season 14 did a great job of stripping everything away. The map is different, the timers are different, there's different items, which means all of the champions are different, and then all of the champions are ebbing and flowing as they always do. And it's like, okay, I don't think that I have enough resources to be able to be a variety 160 champion coach, right? That's just, it's not realistic, right? I'd much rather show someone who's a Kane one trick, one of the best Kane one tricks, and learn from them and use that as a pivot. I don't need to know everything about Kane, but I do want to know where the resources to know everything about Kane come from. And we started stripping down into, okay, it's a new season. We have to figure it out. There's a lot of things to discuss. How good are the Void Grubs? How good are the dragons relative to the Void Pit? What's going on? And trying to evaluate everything that goes on. Okay, now that we know that Void Grubs can be taken one at a time or three at a time, what strategies work in that? And that's how we grow, right? As opposed to feeling like, man, they've just taken away everything I know in the game and then feeling like you're stuck. I'd rather grow. In this case right here, I can't play carries top. If you're doing it for the sake of shutting down or saying like this is just too hard, it's showing a poor internal dialogue that shows that you're refusing to even try to implement that skill. At least try and see if you enjoy it for one. But also, especially if you're going to try to play on a competitive roster, you need to be able to be flexible, right? Your team needs flexibility from you because if the meta breaks in such a way that only two tanks are really viable or strong and the others have been gutted too much because they just want split pushing to be in the game, for example, then you might get in a very tight position if they ban out your tanks or if they just continue to move the meta in a way that doesn't favor you, right? So it's very important to be able to play other things. Now, from a team dynamic, there is definitely a lot to play for. If you're playing that sturdy tank, if you're the power forward for your basketball team, your team can rely on you to be that presence under the hoop. They can take a shot knowing that you have a good chance of getting rebounds, right? And in League of Legends, your team knows what the role and the shape of the fight is going to look like. I'm going to be in front. I've got my two sentries, something like the Rel jungle and the Nautilus support behind me, and I'm Cassante and I step up and I can move and just take turf together. It's important for your team to be able to work like that. And so there are benefits to just playing a tank, for example, and having your team get good at it. But if you don't even try to build your skills, then even your tank play is going to potentially get weaker. It takes a lot of practice to get very good at a champion. That's why we're doing 100 games in a row, or 100 games in March on Rakan, right? Maybe go even 1,000 this season to see how high we can climb. And the idea is it's going to take at least 50 games to really get into a flow state with your champion. And my goal is 100 to say, I just want to know. I want to be thinking about how to manipulate the game, not thinking about how to play my champion. Yesterday was great, right? We've already been 3 chapters into this progress, and I already feel like I'm there. But it's there. It was there for a game. It was there for another game. I want it to just be there and exist so that I can think on a deeper, more critical level about the game itself. So how do you change your fixed mindset? Well, the most important thing that you can get out of everything, every lesson that we do is there's a choice. You can make that change. It is possible, all right? And together we'll take a moment to say, I can do this. I want you to repeat it, but this time you're going to inflect on I. I can do this. 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 By changing your inflection point, it changes the meaning of that. And you're really giving yourself 5 positive affirmations in one. And knowing that you can make the change is the first step. Deciding to make it is the next one. And then stripping down the things that you know might be weaker about yourself, and really being honest about what those are the things that are going to hold you back. So today we're going to go and take a deep delve into this. This is largely because of the background. Best college course I ever took was one called The Ghosts That Haunt Us. And it was a 3-hour class once a week. And I'm going to just share a little allegory with you what it was like. Opening day, we come in, we sit down, the chairs are in a row. We've got a room that has the windows with the sunlight coming in. It's late at night on Monday, right? So it's a 6 to 9 o'clock course. It's outside the schedule of everything else. There's something only the honors college kids could be part of this class. So most of the people in it were familiar faces. I'd seen them around before. There's about 18 kids in our class, and we sit down. And we sit in our rows the way you normally would. And the teacher comes in, looks very different from any other professor I've ever seen. Comes in kind of dressed like a hippie, sundress, big hoopy earrings, shaved head, but with a buzzed cut. And she was, immediate with her process. First thing she did, came in and says, all right, we're moving the chairs around. And we had to reconstruct the room so that instead of being desks lined up in a line where you had your back to some people, we moved it to be in a ring. Now we can see everybody. And she said, all right, that's better. Now we can actually talk. And she said, my name is Professor Jill Lynn Feldman. I am a lesbian and I am Jew. I'm a Jew. And it is way harder for me to tell you the latter of those things. And everyone's like, all right, wow, things are going to get real in this class real fast. And the idea was that she came from a family that had survived the Holocaust. And she grew up learning to not share that you were Jewish, because if you were Jewish meant that you might get massacred, right? And there is no existential crisis, like there is no how do I even put this existential gravitas to your being, where you're just like, you have to protect this or you might die. Everything that you have might be taken from you. And whereas living in Northampton, Massachusetts, which is a super progressive place, you're surrounded with the LGBTQ, non-binary community. That is a haven, if not the capital, maybe even the capital of the entire world might be there, but certainly a huge hub. And so she felt very comfortable being from Northampton, found a place to live, teaching in a place where these things are acceptable to teach, because it's not true everywhere, and yet still being slightly afraid to share that she was Jewish. And the rest of the class, everything that we did was about the ghosts that haunt us. And you never know what tribulations, what trials people have been through that may have shaped what they are. And the question becomes, what do you do with that, right? Does that become something that defines you and you shrink into it, or is it something that you grow from? So for me personally, it's been very easy to hide behind my lack of talent by saying I'm old, I have bad eyes, I pick things up slowly, but when I do, it's very concretely, which is why I'm better at analyzing games rather than playing them. I have slow mechanics. I didn't get a computer until I was 13. There are players that make it to Challenger before I ever touched a PC. And so it's very easy to say that they just have more dexterity in their fingers. This is something that is going to come more natural to them. And so today I want to try to buck those things. I'm going to try to play out of my mind as fast as I can. I'm going to try to be faster. I'm going to be quicker. I'm going to try to scan the map. I'm going to try to push myself to the limit and to push what I'm comfortable with into the uncomfortable and see how good we can get. All right. So I'm going to start off with a little mechanics practice. This is something that you can do. It's going to come up next. Gonna go and get a quick bite. It's been a couple hours, so I appreciate everyone hanging out, and we're gonna be grinding for the next 2 hours after this. So we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna get some time from our sponsors. which is you. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you guys for supporting the channel, everything that you guys do to support, whether or not you're subbing, liking, following, whatever it is. I appreciate you. And this time's for you. Take some time, stand up, stretch, do a workout, go outside, walk the dog, get a chore done, get an errand done, right? Something that's just time for you. We can spend 15 minutes just for you guys. You guys support the channel. I'm going to support you. This moment is for us. And so let's get stronger together. And in 15 minutes, I'll come back and I'm going to strip away too old, blind, fake coach, all these things that kind of eat away at me a little bit. And we're going to try to break through these, all right, and see how strong we can get. I'm excited to try. All right, so I'll see you guys. 15-minute break. Get some food. Do whatever you need to be good. Stretch your eyes, right? That's a big one. Go outside, breathe some fresh air, touch some grass. Not even a joke, right? Things that are good for us. So I'll catch you in a little bit. See you soon. Peace. How do you not get hyped after that? Those songs are so insanely good. All right. I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. So thank you anyways to my sponsors, you guys. That moment's for you. We're always going to be here. We'll always be ad free on this channel. The idea the idea is that we can be the best version of ourselves. I want to help you guys to unlock that for yourself. And you know, if that means no ads, that means no ads, right? That time's for you, and you guys support the channel. So you do it in your own way. That works for me. All right, mechanical practice. What do I want to do here? Oh, I'm too old. I'm blind. You don't have the mechanics to do this. I'm reiterating the things that people have said to me or that I've said about myself. And, you know, for me, I want to coach. So the things that I want to do, I don't necessarily believe that I have to be the best mechanical player in the world, but I do want to show people that it's possible to improve whatever aspect of yourself there is. So while this is something that we don't normally work on for ourselves, for myself, it is still an intrinsically, you know, just innately valuable skill to the game. And you can get to diamond off of just sheer mechanics, right? You can just be insanely good at clicking and dodging. All you need to do is dodge the spells that come at you, and you've already accomplished half the battle for high ELO fighting, right? Like the ability to just track the cooldowns and do that. This is a very difficult thing for me. I'm going to try to do my best. So the way I'm going to warm this up is going to be with a CS challenge. We did some of this yesterday. I'll do it on Rakan because why not? We're going to get those button presses ready. I'm going to do it versus an easy bot because I'm not really looking to challenge myself in that way necessarily. I don't need to have, I mean, obviously none of the bots are going to be challenging, but the point is not to deal with the interactions of the other player. It's about how quickly can I do my own things. So when I W, where's my first step afterwards? How quickly do I get my auto attack off? And am I able to bounce to the next target easily, right? And these are the things that I'm trying to work on. So I can make this happen for myself. Let's get into jive mode. I want to outplay everybody today. So we're gonna dress in style. Gonna go this way. Bring back the glory days. All right, what are we going to try to do? 100 CS challenge. We're going to implement all the levels, which means I'm going to try to do it with recalls. I'm going to try to do it with kills. I'm going to try to do it pushing and pulling waves. I'm going to be going for mechanical practice, and I'm going to be as alert as possible. So this is level 9 of the challenge. If you guys saw yesterday, you can check out yesterday's stream by following the links into the live videos. I'll try to get an upload of that as well. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, first thing, I'm going to make sure that our hands are all warmed up. We can go here and practice in between space. Turning on champion only, champion only. It's important to have this on a key that you have easy access to, that you can hit very, very quickly and without much trouble. So best is to have something that's by itself, either like spacebar or tilde, or something that's close to your home keys. Because as fights get tight, you absolutely want to have champion only, especially when they're crowded in the middle of minions and things like this. We're going to try to animation cancel our Q. We'll go for our auto, so you can see that the time frame of the auto attack was actually pretty quick. Or sorry, pretty slow, the wind up. There we go. Gonna try to cancel as many of our animations as possible. Try to get... Well, we canceled our own auto, though. We want the good kind of cancel, not the bad kind of cancel. There's a good one. Where I missed 3 autos. So, obviously, we're already having some challenges. that's okay. Got to get that in, sneak it in as best as possible in between auto attacks. Level up and go. Get an auto before I go out. Do I still have time to hit a minion? Probably not. It's a very difficult challenge to get everything right here. 6 out of 12. We got a lot to work on. Looking up in between every minion. As I finish the animation, I want to be looking around at what else might be going on the map. Auto Q. We get this off. I'm gonna go with Trailblazer first. We missed cannon, so that we can try to sneak that auto into the. There we go. That's something I normally wouldn't have done right there, which is try to get that extra auto attack in, move back in, try to min-max my clicks, try to be really accurate with where I'm going. I am susceptible to aggro into flash pulverize, into headbutt backwards under turret, but I don't think that that's something that this guy's going to do. But it is something that I want to have on my mind, ready to go into back mode. We don't want to take aggro right when he could headbutt us. I tried to do that in between the auto frame of the turret. I can already feel my hands getting a little bit tired. This is more than I normally click, and it is important that I get this out of, or not out of my system. There we go, get the extra auto attack and the animation. He gets the pulverize. Gonna try to not miss any more of these CS. And these are muscles, right? Like this is a muscle group that you need to work on if you want to be a developed, skilled player, right? And the more you do it, the more you stress yourself, the more you're gonna be able to work these things out. Got a Q off. No, we didn't. We did. Come up. Try to weave in some autos. A little bit slow right there. Looks like we've got a window to go for a kill here. Maybe not. It is an Alistar after all. He did buy World Alice though. I missed an auto there. Could have just had it queued on him. Took another click to the outside, so definitely things to work on. Alright, we got the stacked wave. Oh, we tried to animation cancel. We couldn't get that one. Whew. It is not the easiest thing in the world for me. I'm gonna shake these things out. This is gonna be a challenge for sure. This is not far enough away. Let's see how the bot behaves. I just want to see what he does. Okay. So obviously you can do way more here. What would we... Oh, something like this. Last hitting is going to be very, very difficult with a measly 76 damage here on a 0.71, and I believe my windup is fairly slow compared to most, right? You saw that at the beginning that we were canceling a lot of our animations. We're pulling the wave here. Any amount of aggression on the turret, on the enemy with single target spells or attacks is going to pull the wave. You can attack the minions to try to drive them out a little bit. We're going to try to generate this little freeze right here. All right, so we're going to maintain a freeze against this guy for a bit and see if we can execute this on Rakan. So this would be important anytime that my carry has died or needs to take a recall and I want to be able to get the maximum out of it. No, we let these minions in. That's fine. As long as we don't let those ones in, yeah. Got it. Good. Saw that one in the air, which I'm very pleased with. Nice. I really like my spacing right there. Obviously, it is just a bot, right? So things are going to get much harder when you have a real opponent that's really trying to hit me, and especially with combos. But just being able to step in and out of pulverize range right there made me really happy. I'm already grooving much better than I was. We're going to start stacking this wave up and getting a push going. This is another way you can go to cancel, hold the animation until you're ready. Alright, the wave is stacked now. We cancel this. We're trying to zone them off a little bit. Alright, now we can play up ahead of the wave. Any amount of fighting that they do to us is going to draw the minion aggro. Ooh, he stepped over. I missed. Shield bash proc. Alright, stacked wave is going to be the hardest to do right now. Could have moved faster. Top is crashing, mid is coming in, mid is AMIA. They could easily be ganking me, so I would 100% want to just crash this wave. So that's what we are going to do. We crash, and then we'll just move back for a moment. This guy's chug-a-lugging. Do we try to sneak in a recall? This is a very difficult challenge. There's no way we're coming close to the 100 without it. We're not even going to be close with it. But it still serves as a warm-up. This is a good practice for us to get the animation cancels, whether or not we do anything else. Also lets me fight in the middle of my minions. Guy would be fine to fight me, obviously. Good. Happy to get those extra hits in. Animation's getting a little bit easier as we get more scaling points in the attack speed. Gonna start pushing up for our last spike here. Try to get the most of these we can. And that's that. Alright, 3 plates, no kills, 74 CS. We can easily do better than that. But I am sufficiently warmed up. Take our bow, and then we are outie. Okay, whew, that's gonna be tough. I could feel it right here. This muscle right here, just the sheer tension. I don't know if you guys can see, but this right here, I don't really have that much of definition right there. And in the forearms, we absolutely want to have these moving. So you can see as I move my fingers, you see all of these are individual chords. That is its own thing to train, for sure. And it's going to be potentially a little bit jarring to do that. Part of me wants to do a second round, but I wonder whether or not I'll have the muscles at the end of it. This is actually quite eye-opening for me. I play at a much more lackadaisical pace. I'll be honest with myself. Much more relaxed. No frenetic clicks. Animation cancel champions are not mine. I said earlier that I have 100 champions on rank 5 or above, right? So all the way down to here. I think 101. And we have our 4s, and it's kind of funny to look at the champions that are on bottom, specifically Riven, right? Like, these champions have animation cancels that are just, whew, so much work, right? You have to learn to play these champions. Xerath, the simple champion, I don't know why, it just never appealed to me to just be this slow-moving laser, like, I don't know. Never really wanted to do it, but it's indicative, right? Look at the champions that are down here. Very mechanical Aatrox I hate laning against. Even when I play top lane, I get rid of it. Aphelios, such a high learning curve. You know, Yasuo, these champions are sort of here for a reason. And I've been afraid of them. And you'll notice the ones at the top. Not those. Teemo, nothing, right? There's nothing to care about for Teemo. There's a little bit to care about for Amumu, a tiny bit for Shen. Not much for Trundle except for aiming the pillar, but that just came with experience. Heimerdinger, the hardest thing you can do is realize that your stun is going to land and being able to place a turret so that it gets a laser. These are not mechanically intensive champions, right? You'll notice the ones that I've been most comfortable on. So it is jarring right now to think about how tiring this is going to be potentially, and I'm going to have to put some breaks in. But it's also indicative of like, hey, like there's a whole nother level maybe that you haven't even touched because you don't go there. And I'll be honest, I hide behind the decision to be a coach. It's like, okay, I'm not going to be a professional player, so why am I putting my work into this? But in reality, getting to know what is actually there in those muscles and realizing how much better I could be playing myself, it's actually kind of inspiring, right? I'm not even afraid of that truth. It's kind of cool. I'm excited. I'm a little bit anxious, which is actually the perfect level for optimized stress, right? A little bit anxious of, you know, the fear of failure. I hope my arm can hold on to this, and I hope that I don't get tennis elbow from it. But it's going to be exciting to actually taste this level of mechanical intensity. Do you guys think I can make it? I'm too old. 38 with bad eyes. I've been injured more times. There was a time I couldn't even sit up straight in my chair. I had to stop playing League of Legends in 2020, early 2020. Good thing New World came out and I could be nice and slow and play with my foot up. Surgery on both legs. Couldn't support my body just sitting up like this. Those don't matter. We're gonna break through those. Watch us get trolled in these games. But you know what? It won't even matter if we get trolled, because today's about my personal growth. It does not matter what the result of this game is. I care about, am I playing to the maximum of my physical ability? Now, I am going to force myself to take breaks every time I go back to base. Deep breath, probably going to try to stretch out those muscles. I mean, right now, literally just after 10 minutes of that, I feel strained. So if it gets to be too much, I may have to stop it and then realize like, hey, this is a whole nother level that it's going to take you some time to get up to there. Being honest with myself, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through 3 games. 2 games is going to be a stretch. I'll call it a victory if I make it through this one unscathed. It's funny that we have a Riven in our game after that. This guy's trying to swap with someone. Why is he trying to... Or Riven's trying to swap with him, maybe. Because Riven's a one-trick. I like it. Riven's just dropping the gauntlet. Be like, let's go. Can't no one stop me. My name's Lois. These little piggies can't do anything about me. Because I've got fundamentals. If you want to first pick Riv, go for it. Yeah, you know, it looks that way. And if you're a one-trick, like, you'd much rather have your champion never have to risk playing against it, because you're so much worse on other things. Although, you should also have whatever's good ready against it. Sion's gonna just face tank that thing. Alright, we're already getting our eyes on Smolder. Smolder's gonna be the target in the engages. Maybe peeling Sion off of somebody, but it's gonna be so hard. Unless he goes for, like, the kind of inty AD builds. Caitlyn should give me a little bit of a lane bully to work with. We have a primary, well, Riven doesn't want to be primary engaged, she wants to be secondary. Kha'Zix wants to play like an assassin, so we still don't have the best shape for Rakan, means I still probably have to play for tank mode. They're also extremely high damage, so largely we're going to have to wait for the right shape of the fight to come to us. Smolder and Brand are very gated as far as how they can get into the fight, so we might have to wait and see and find something out from them. Diana is denying them one of the best resources for Yasuo. We still don't have perfect info about what they're doing. It's probably Brand jungle and Smolder 80 carry, Yasuo mid, but it could easily be a lot of different things. All right, looks like it might be Brand. If it's Brand Smolder bot lane, we're just absolutely going to annihilate these guys. We're going to go all in on them. I'm fine playing tank. I think we're good like this. All right, it is Brand Smolder, and specifically Brand. We've gone through the trials and tribulations, and we've tested out Dorn's Blade, and this is what we've identified as the time that Dorn's Blade would be okay. It's when you're playing against a mage with damage over time, someone that is likely to burst through the shield, and we're going to be able to use this as a resource. So I want to do this, and I want to be able to take some fights, help Caitlyn. Caitlyn, especially once she has her traps, is going to be in a really good spot. But these guys are kind of darty, and it's a little bit uncertain for players laying traps to lay them under people who get knocked up, right? Later in the game, I'll try to get my ultimate to move on to traps. We'll see what we can get with that. When you jump on someone, they hop up. It's very easy for someone to target the new spot that they see up in the air, and that's actually a point of contest. Some of the pros complained about skins that are available to play in pro, where the champion rises up off the ground and it makes it not clear where they're actually standing. And I think Riot's actually going to disable all of those for competitive play. All right, Scion mid versus Diana. Seems like an immovable object, but his level 1 is very, very weak. Mundo versus Riven. I think Riven just steamrolls over that early levels, right? Gonna put a ward here and get a recall. This is something that we don't normally do, but based on this lane, how aggressive we want to be, and the fact that we have a Yasuo jungle, almost definitely getting a leash means that we should be pretty safe to contest this, and Yasuo's also not going to be looking to get some ganks in. Is such a big help to your bot lane when you don't need a leash, and it's also just better for you. I'm not trying to jump anything here, we're just trying to get an HP lead on the minions. Every time that they hit me, you see how it's going to draw the aggro of these guys. Alright, here we go, let's focus. This guy's trying to aim his harass on me. That's fantastic for us in general. It's too bad we couldn't get the second one in. We will, though. Alright, timing is just about up. Yasuo is going to be off to the other side of the map soon. If we don't see him on this ward and momentarily, I mean, he doesn't, I don't know his clear because I'm pretty sure he just has an awful clear, but I'll let this wave out if we can. There's the Yasuo. Alright, so this is pushed in. We can let it out now. Alright, we are 3. I want this Q to go into the minions. There we go. That got used. Short trade. Perfect. That's exactly the kind of trade we're looking for. Now those are really chunked for the Caitlyn to be able to go for last hits. Specifically use our Q. We can call the wave, and now we can have an advantage here. Dodging. Doran's shield is going to take full effect here. Missed my Q, my E. We are looking really good in this lane right now. Smolder's also out of resources. Get in the bush, get in the bush. There. She can wash her aggro by just going in the bush like that. Smolder's going to try to sneak in for some last hits. We'll get the brand. Hey, hey. E. We're good. We're not good. We also did it with Yasuo nearby. Eek. And that can happen, right? When we're playing, last week we worked on all the lane mechanics and making sure that we weren't taking fights without knowing the result. Now we're working on something new. It's easy for something else to fall back by the wayside, and that's why you go and you add things step by step by step. Kha'Zix is being kind of crazy right here. We don't have any presence in bot lane, so he's off by himself. You know what? I kind of like this by the Kha'Zix sneaking into that bush. This guy just dropped a ward as well, right? No? Can zone them off a bit. Can spend a moment to go get our sweeping lens off. Might even be able to take this control ward down. Get significantly more poke against this Smolder. Caitlyn does outrange them. We need to get more from this. Brand's not even trying to use WE to harass with, so I know that there's a whole nother level here. Spell. Hey. He's against the wall, that means Q's a hit. It's too bad. Yeah, you definitely want to push that. Alright, we're going to get a roam off. I'm just going to let the team know that I'm on here. This is part from 2 weeks ago. The Ace, Assess, Communicate, and Effectuate. Where the team is likely to show up. Diana's playing hedging left, which could have there could be a Yasuo literally right behind her, so I'd much rather prefer hedging to the right where this control ward is. But we don't always get that. But it's just a good habit. Might just go in. If she wants to look for an ult, she might get it, especially if he tries to channel up his Q. Kha'Zix still on 0 items. Okay, that's gonna be a big spike. Alright, Brand is roaming. Looks like she does not need any help with the last hitting. She's got enough AD. We are level 6. Brand is missing. Yasuo's over on the other side, so we're actually okay here. Yep, let's do it. This is a win for us. As long as we can avoid the Brand's combo here. It's going to be right here. The traps. Alright, we isolate the dude. Nope. Please. Doran's will continue to heal us up here. Good play. Keep on chipping. Keep on chipping. We'll let this come back to us. Hey, my cooldown's down. That is the worst possible outcome here. Diana's in. This should be a win. This is both of these. This. That's an easy win for the Diana. Unfortunately, she used double E there. Gonna go cover for the grubs. Scion, unfortunately, getting those. That's a huge spike to his HP. Killing all the itty bitties. They're gonna have 6 of these, but they are a 3 melee comp.
Shut down.
The cannon, whoops. Alright, Diana's huge, so let's continue to give her resources here. Can't push for the dragon yet. And then, oh, did I hit? Okay, I hit. They're going for it. That's fantastic for us if they're going for it. Diana no ult. It's the only thing that we don't have access to. So I'll make sure that this guy doesn't get it all the way in. Caitlyn should be able to farm under turret, but Diana looks like she's got this. We want this. We don't need... he's going for a smite steal, and now he's just dead. I don't like that at all. Brand's leaving. We might have a window here on the smolder. Need to get the flap out. There it is. Trap. No, it needs to be trapped first. Should be enough with an ult though. Yo, is this guy soloing us right now? That guy just soloed us, 1v2. Go. Split up the fight. We don't want to go with Brand. Brand has no ulti though. Oh, this is unfortunate. Alright, Brain Flash being down is okay. No, not top. Alright, we will be able to get a deeper ward off of this. Kate. There's only one lane for you. Trap down. We can't win this. But this Caitlyn really need. Alright, we need to take a moment for her. Try to give him this moment. Best version of myself mechanically. Boom! Not enough to back these guys up. Got him. I am very happy with how I played that mechanically. Like, very, very, very happy. And we take a break. Alright, mid push for north quadrant prio. Rinse, repeat till Baron is free. No, we're out. He flashed and then E'd in the wrong direction. That sucks. We need to give this guy a turbo shot of confidence. That might have been a really good flank angle for Riven to get in. Still is. Gapped. Why is Caitlyn down here, man? There's too much heat here. Oh, did I just jump the thing to him? God damn it, I thought that was still gone. I need to find a way to get a flank angle, but we need Caitlyn to hold the line here. Like, she needs to stop leaving. You can see she's completely out of gel. Riven does not have teleport. They see her on the map. They know that she cannot be part of this. They're at half health. We'll draw some aggro. I think we're good. We're good. We're good. There we go. Okay. She's our strong one. Let's go for the one pick here. We don't need to get greedy on anything else. Maybe we do. Chain CC. Beautiful. And we stole the Baron. Nice job. Hella nice job, guys. Drake is not a consequential thing. We want to get the push. We can come back for the Drake. Kha'Zix can solo it. Kill the Yasuo. We get to kill this guy as well. Absolutely, guys. This is Rakan's favorite type of game, don't you know? Hey. Woo! Heart rate is through the roof, guys. Wouldn't have it any other way. It feels fucking fantastic. Let me be real. Stretch out my arm. Diana's playing out of her mind. Love it. Gotta keep it up. There you go, Kate. I should have walked away to unbuff the minions. Why is she taking so long? I am super happy with the way I'm playing right now. The speed, right? Beautiful. Nice little shot of confidence. That looks pretty good. I'll draw the aggro here. Just enough to get him to run away. Alright, time to get some even deeper vision. That was tempting. W's still on cooldown, so we're okay to do this. We also can just buff this wave here. Gosh, Diana really hurts. Can I move these wards up? Oh, there they go. That's the engage. Counter engage. It's going to be tough. I don't think I get here in time. I don't even think that it's worth. To me. That is too bad. You can't ping. That sucks. He's teleporting. Alright, let's TP on this guy. We want this for the next siege, which is coming up in a minute, so we absolutely want to have that blue buff for the team. Let's start it off for him. Get my recall in. We're going to go with Wardstone. Are we? Oh, it's still too early. No. This is the one that matters. We have better vision in north. Please do Baron instead. Okay. No, it is where we're setting up. That's okay. Do not give them chem. They've got double tank. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so I'm going to scramble a bit here. That guy's afraid to do anything. We're just going to get the minimum wards out here since we didn't get time. We were planning around the northern quadrant because Baron's obviously the much better prize. And even if they had the chem Drake, then we could still just all in them. Kha'Zix is doing what Caitlyn should be doing, pushing mid, and then Kha'Zix should be here soloing while the rest of our team gets ready to get into position. They must know that we're nearby, right? They should just start it, yep. We're good. Now we just push mid. We just push mid, we're good. This guy's AD, so we'll just pop him and then get out. Riven once more. We'll deny vision in this bush while we're here. This is a really bad play in general. That guy's dead. Do a burst. Alright, and it's all to cover the Mundo's tracks. We can just start pushing for the end. It's tight. Diana's gonna stop. We should be able to push for multiple waves here. They do get the inhibitor though, so like unless he's pushing to actually end the game, you don't necessarily need to stop this, but we'll get this inhibitor going at least. Get these all out of the way for them. Support the Diana if she needs it. We need to restock on wards as well. I don't have a control ward. I feel so naked without it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do it like this. Oh no. Oh, she's our strong one.
Shut down.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Is he safe? Is he safe? Is it secret? Is it safe? There's nothing happening there. There we go. I'm glad I went a little bit deeper here. Get this here. Now we'll be able to see all their movements into this part of the base because that ward will see everything. And if they do sneak by, I don't think I even need anything. Well, they're doing this without clearing the vision. Well, luckily we got nowheres here. No, do not hit that. Do not hit it. But starting it without letting us securing the vision is a no-no. Nice play by the Riven. Good heads up play. They are doing a good macro play to trade back on the other side. This is what we get for not pushing mid before doing it, right? Even with supers, they're able to push through. Alright. We got, unfortunately we have to deal with the minions now. So let's see. Fortunately, the dragon will, you know, I'll just leave that control ward there, and I guess we'll put one ward that will tell us whether or not they're trying to do this thing. Let's get it out of the way, like back here. So we're gonna have one deep ward. We should have enough vision to see whether or not they're actually trying to do the thing. Gonna make sure that we replace our ward here as soon as the vision goes away. We don't want them to know that it's here. And this should be enough. Now we can control this area without giving up the Baron accidentally. Gonna sweep right now. Sweep, sweep, sweep. This and this. All right, so we're hedging on the right side. So as long as we keep mid lane pushed, we're okay to do this. This is also just soul, so I've got a good advantage here. They're not pushing up mid in response. That's why I take this position to guard for the team. And now we just repossess. We go here. Mid bot inhib is respawned. Careful, Kha'Zix. That is really, really far up. Popped. Gonna stand on this as well. That guy gets ignited. Kaboom. We go back in. We peel for those frontliners. We're good. That's an end mid angle. Nice carry, Diana. This is gonna respawn. We have to kill it. Aye. This guy trying to preserve his KDA. Come on, Mundo, this is your dream. 1v9. He yeeted out of town. Oh, boy, that's unfortunate. Woo! My arms are tired. I feel great. Just like Rakan, I feel great. Could give Caitlyn stayed cool because she was not having her best game and still kept through it. Kind of just chugged along. Did her version of the best. Diana with an astronomical carry, 61,000. Thank you from. Oh, it's a support main. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Imagine farming for 35 minutes just to do that. Yeah, you know, it's tough. It's a tough spot. Yasuo jungle. I mean, if you don't complain about it. Just dodge the Q. You have a Yasuo jungle, right? If you want to compete, you're not really there for competing. I bet that this Yasuo jungle has under 40% win rate, which is low. Is really low. Just getting into a game with a champion you don't understand anything about, that you can't do anything, you're like 30%. I don't want this. I want Yasuo. Yasuo jungle. We'll give it 30 days and we'll go back to try to get some data. Ooh, 35% win rate. Yikes. Yikes. And on this patch it was even worse, because I think 30 days ago we might still be getting the fringe end of the other items and the old mobs, right? 30 days, would that work out? Anyways, it doesn't matter. This is a funny statement right here. Thank you for not tilting Caitlyn, or thank you for not tilting, comma, Caitlyn. Two completely different things, right? Oh. Dude, my arm's legit tired. That is hard. And I'm not even gracing GM skill level. Plenty of mechanical things to do. You know what? I have to be like really honest with myself and actually stretch for a moment here. We take moments to do this, but I really have to do for my forearm, because this is abnormal for me. Being very honest, I play a very lackluster playstyle on very lackluster champions like Teemo, Shen, Amumu, Trundle. Zyra is like my most exciting thing. E-Flash, oh, Q, then the seeds, right? That is, whew, This is my main, but climbing has never been my objective. So it oscillates between. I guess we haven't been back down to gold since Emerald went there, but it used to be from gold and then one tricking we could get up to diamond. The current mission we're on is we're playing 100 games on Rakan, and we're using it to I'll show you what we're using it for. This is part of the Giga Gaming Academy curriculum, and we're working on growth mindset. And before the last lesson was on motivation and setting yourself smart goals. So basically, I'm going through and coaching myself on Rakan and using the resources that are available to me and going through this and trying to get better and seeing how much better we can go. So we're already up a full tier from platinum into emerald, and we're trying to go further. The goal, we expect to get into diamond, and it would be wonderful if we could get into masters. But the idea is that at the end of these 100 games, I want to be in a true like flow state with my champion. And today is a harsh reality for me because I have been guilty of fixed mindsets, and largely the things that people would insult me with, right? You're too old. You're blind, right? Your family man lives in the basement. Well, you know what? That part is great, though. That part, if I could dream up my like living scenario, I get to play games for a living. I have a man cave that I share with my kids that love to play games. And you guys can't see. I wish I could move the camera right now, but like this would have been my dream as a 14-year-old. Absolutely, this is me living the life. But today I need to buck those trends. You know, I play a very lackluster, lackadaisical play style, and even today, just stretching to get the mechanics going, it's actually hurting right here, and I'm tired right here. So this is very indicative to me, and it shows me how much weaker I probably am than the people in this division, because I'm probably only gracing the mechanics that they do easily. And, you know, it's easy for me to hide behind the fact that I didn't have a PC until I was older than some players who are in pro now made it to challenger, right? Like Griffin was 11, right? Who's Licorice got to diamond the first year he was playing. There's like all these players that while they're young just like skyrocket. Jojo Pion was another one, 12 years old in challenger. I didn't even have a PC back then, right? So yeah, those, while they might be valid, they don't change anything, and it doesn't stop the fact that I could be getting better. What's up, Kate? You're normally a support main, Zyra as of late, but I've been moving all over playing different supports. I'm 38. Zyra is in a fantastic place. I mean, Zac is just, what a spell. And they give us Leandries, and oh my gosh, it's a support's dream right now for climbing up, which makes it even harder to be off roll. So I really appreciate you sticking with it. I'm 38 though. How about you? Bill McSee hollering from YouTube. All right, good synergies already. This is a classic pairing. This is a classic pairing, so we'll be in a good spot.
Art can shed light on our fears.
Just you wait, and if he's gonna say nah, it's like, what's the point in saying nah? I don't know. Why do people do it? $36. See, there is someone older than you that plays games. It's a rarity for sure, right? I'm jumping in the streaming channel. If anyone wants to jump in, follow the links to the Discord. You guys can join in on the conversation for this game especially. Now, Leona is a Rakan counter, so you know what? Let me just do this because I'm one-tricking anyways, and they've already picked support. Leona's at the highest level can interrupt what Rakan is doing, and she can actually stun me in the middle of my dash so I can never land it on top. At this level, people are not really going to be doing that, so I don't really need to worry about it, but it's still kind of scary. When I jump in, I might never get out, so it's going to be one of those duels, it does mean that I have to be a little bit more careful about the arenas that I choose to fight in, and also it might mean that we go for Ghost Poro instead. We've got, yeah, like Chain CC right here is pretty unreal, so we're probably just going to go for Ghost Poro. Bottom side of the map is going to be tough. It also means that Tenacity is going to be really good. Also, I might just go here. The shield power might not be as important as the unflinching. In fact, I'm fairly certain it won't be, and anytime that you have this, usually bone plating for staying alive in those Chain CC situations. We'll go flat health, so we have the best chance of fighting against Kate Leona. It's going to be a tough lane no matter what, but our scaling is going to be insane. I'm on a day off watching the kiddos. Hey, man, me too. The how old are yours? Mine are in school, which makes things a lot easier. They're recently turned 7 and 9, and it's completely different now that they're at school, right? They can take care of themselves. They're almost old enough where the older one can watch the younger one. Pretty soon he'll be able to bike around the neighborhood. Those times will be good. But that's why we get to do this during school hours. All right, what do we got? Garen versus Renekton. That's a fantastic matchup for us. Renekton will be good for like level 2, 3, and that's it. Garen will take that over that, especially if he can get the shield up in response to the stun. The answer that we can get from Renekton, he might go for the empowered stun, in which case you won't get the shield, but you will get the tenacity. But they have Chain CC everywhere on their team, so Merc Treads, normally we go with Lucid Boots, but we're definitely going Merc Treads this game. Hopefully I remember. Because I need to be able to hold that front line, right? We don't have any other way for locking people up, so it's very important that I'm able to control a fight. Probably also means that we're going the Celestial Opposition to just hold that front line, be kind of this tanky body for us, but I need to be the initiator for the Kai'Sa and the Yasuo. Luckily, our diving potential is really, really strong. We're going to have to be really careful with this comp in general, but I'm even going to ping this. Merc Treads, OP this game. This will not be a game where we go with Doran's. Doran's is basically saved for all the mages in the bot lane. You play against Zyra and Brand, and they have all that poke damage, the Scorch, and everything, and the Doran's just completely negates it. And you saw that game that it was still pretty tough. It's a tough spot for a Rakan. For those of you just tuning in, we're continuing. This is the 4th chapter of the Giga Gaming Academy curriculum. Yeah, we just gave Kai'Sa a moment to do that. That was all of their cooldowns. That was Kate Q. Let's see. Kate Q, Ivern Q, Leo E. Which is pretty standard. And you may not care, but it is something that will help us get through it. We've put all 5 people here, so we're really strong if a fight were to break out. Maybe I kind of want to wrap around these guys. I didn't see him drop a ward there. Did I get out early? Rengar is a champion we're happy to leash for. It is an Ivern who might be trying to do stuff, but we want to get this guy ahead. Also, Ivern does not need a leash, so we're always going to be giving up prio to this lane level 1. And anytime that that's the case, then it's a totally fine time to leash. We'll give this guy the extra love. Kai'Sa went for the full proc, so Rengar's going to be in an okay spot. I like that he's kiting it back. He didn't smite though, so maybe keeping it to try to win off against Ivern, but you never get into a smite fight against that champ. All right, we're just going to peel here. It's doing that. We get the shield bash proc, and Kai'Sa gets out. No harm, no foul. Maybe could have done a little bit more to the Caitlyn. They're about to hit too. Maybe we should have let it just come back in a little bit more. Heads up for the headshot. Alright, this lane's coming back to us. We can just kind of hold it in this spot. Hold it here. Wait for Rengar. Get the full proc on the Leo. We are good. This guy's got his potion going, so we'll try to heal him up. Nice dodge. Can I get in that guy's face a little bit? Maybe. Next time we have a minion wave. Get in the Caitlyn's face as she tries to harass. She's got the headshot though. Hey. Oh, he brought Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is going to be really tough in this lane.
An enemy has been slain.
We're trying to run the Caitlyn out of resources. She's going to be here at the same time, or Kai'Sa's getting here at the same time as Leona. But Kai'Sa is more healthy, so if we can freeze the Caitlyn in a spot that's a little bit weak for herself, then we're going to be really strong in the next fight. This is just a boots here from the Leona. Get that extra auto in. Trying to test ourselves with our mechanics. Kai'Sa can definitely go for more there. This guy needs to guard against the stop there. Good job by Leona zoning, but now we get our freeze, so we're in a really good spot. And Caitlyn's gone, so we just freeze this. Don't be much better to be late than to be early. This guy's trying to get in range of some XP. We don't want that to happen at all. Ivern's heading bot, which is perfect for us. We're going to have to take this turn into a slow push, which we can use for dragon momentum. Alright, so they're stuck here. We'll be able to get this ward on the tri-bush. We'll be able to go in. Kai'Sa needs to be very, very careful. We're taking dragon right now, almost assuredly. Can wait for one more wave if they try to get into it. Oh yeah, this is good for us. This is really good. Spells are down, so we can actually go for a little short trade. Keep this guy down. We'll go for the one pick here. Don't need to do anything else. We just get the one, and we go take dragon. Do we spend any amount of time here? We're going to path through mid because there's nothing really to do in bot. They might try to dive Kai'Sa. They've shown that they're willing and able to do it, but she's recalling anyways. So it's much better for me to get something done on the map. I might even be able to get a gank off on this top lane. Actually, this is a really volatile position for them, so I'm going to come up here now. Maybe we get a Yasuo as well. We're definitely going to put a control ward down, see what they see. A little up front here from the Garen. Yeah, he's good to continue taking this. Come to us. Guys got a second dash available. Got him. And we get another assist. Beautiful. Now we're actually totally in position for Void Grubs. We can do this as well. We've got the pushing prio. Rengar's got the angle on Ivern. It's also a direct counter, so he can always put himself in. Ivern can never hide using the bushes or anything like that. Got a shield on him. Block any of the projectiles that we can. I'm trying to block. I'm trying to block. We're missing a Garen. Yeah, that got pretty deep. We'll let this guy take it. R's got no R. Good. knock up into chain CC. Garen's gonna get this as well. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he has a Conquer going. That's a flash. That's beautiful. We can absolutely take a Void Grub here. Just one. No, we don't need to do it. They're good on bot lane. Are they looking to try to dive? Kaisa needs to get a recall. I feel bad. I've left her alone too long. Recall, bro. Recall. All right. We're on our way. We have to hover. Hover. Kaisa, they're gonna dive. I don't know about using the E right there. Are they really trying to put? Did they really back off? That would be a miracle. A small miracle if they did. To give Kaisa that freedom right there. Whew. Enemy team must be bitching about where's the Rakan at. That's the only thing I can come up with. Alright, they have all pick. My team needs to be able to get in and out of the fights quickly, so we're going to go like this. And then we're going to go Knight's Vow next. Knight's Vow? No, we're going to go with the Bell. We're going to go Crucible. Which I buy so infrequently, it's not even on my list right now. Rakan is, Rengar is 6. We should be good here. We can start picking this fight. Get the one outlier, the straggling support on the outside. Got her. Oh, didn't get her. But it's enough. Gonna exhaust this guy. That's the end of it, I think. He flashed away from me. Big winner right there is Kaisa for sure. There is a ward right here that I want to be able to get to. I'm just going to pop this and then take it and then get back out. Mechanically, nah, I didn't actually push myself the way that I've been promising that I would. So I'm going to keep doing that a little bit more. This will get an eye on the Ahri. We have really good vision for the rotations around the mid lane if they ever try to go left, and we can, by proxy, get the information on the right. What's Yasuo doing? He's going for the Caitlyn, and Leona just wasted all of her cooldowns. So she's got nothing. You guys are in. No, go Kate, go Kate, go Kate, go Kate. Ignore this guy. Got him, baby! That's right. Let's dance. Just dance. Gonna be okay. I'll draw aggro. I've got aggro. Hey, no, that's too much. That's too much. Whoops. PTA Leona probably gonna run Bloodsong. Yeah, it could be. Absolutely could be. All right, we're going opposition because we're going to be the front for this team. We were so happy about that, and then we're like, wait a second. The last chunk hit a shield. No, this next one's definitely going to be lethal. We don't have Q coming. Making sure that I don't do this from inside the bush, because then, of course, that would reveal my Kaisa, and I definitely just don't want to do that, right? What's up, Leo? No. Oh, you do get me. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, they have a ward right here. What? Did she move it? She might have moved it. Oh no. Croc. Danger Croc. Alright, we'll invest in this. Oh, it is because I put a new one there. We can share the kill. It's a very base level ward here. 14 seconds on the grubbies. They have 3 already, right? Alright, careful, Kaisa. I'm gonna go rotate for this. The charm hit me even though I flashed. That sucks. Kaisa's doing the opposite of what I asked. Hey, you, what are you doing? No, 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 no. Okay. That guy was gonna go in. Maybe I should have let them do it. They're missing several auto attacks here. Did I just proc my Celestial Opposition for nothing? That sucks. There's baiting. And there's baiting.
Rampage.
To be honest, me yesterday doesn't get that ward kill. But with the extra press on the mechanics, I do. Hold on, are they going on Kaisa? This guy's engaging. This guy's trying to hold the wave. It's not going to be able to do it. Just trying to get us stopped back. Now we're going to see if we can't engage on her. Beautiful. I'm going to let you pick up the kill here. Yep, there we go. There's your Bloodsong Leona. We've been talking about this, right? Alright, what did we say we were going to go on next? Mikhail's Crucible. Mikhail's Blessing. Gosh, when's the last time we bought this item? I'm not sure that I'm going to have this, but it'll be good test for the mechanics. Renekton's unfortunately taking over the game with the Eclipse Builder. Can I get this guy to hit me? Five and 2. There's no way he takes any aggressive actions here, right? Oh, he's not going. Silence. Silence. A little too late. It was on me, not him. Garen, you have so much more power. Okay, it is what it is. Oh my goodness, we have... Alright, you know, it is what it is. He's going for Randuin's right now. I have to cover you, dude. I didn't communicate to my team to GTF out. I've got Celestial Opposition. That doesn't do shite to me. Alright, so we get Garen what he needed. Some free time up here. We absolutely give this. This was a mistake from Rengar, but also a mistake from me. I needed to be able to share to him that information that it wasn't available for us to take. Especially with that hatchling on one stack, right? Like... actually wanted that to hit, didn't we? Triple chain CC. No. How do we not have enough damage there? That is very surprising to me. Rengar still has ult. He didn't use that. We didn't bring Garen over. Okay, we can do better as a whole team. Garen just got a significant amount of gold, right? Like 2,000 gold for all that time alone in the side lane, so he's going to be massive.
Enemy killing spree.
Good. Rengar still hasn't gotten this. Like, he pinged this 3 minutes ago, saying like, I need to go get it. So he knows he needs to go get it, right? What's up next? Baron, 3 minutes till Dragon, so we don't care about that. Put one ward down here so that she thinks that she has to put that on cooldown. We'll put Sweeping Lens on cooldown. Now that it's baited out, I can use the rest of my wards. She won't know about that one, unless they drop that control ward. Rengar really needs to pick up this stack. Out of reach should be like right around here. Yeah, there we go. They might have seen it, but they don't get to turn it off. Cancel my own auto. Not the end of the world though.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Ooh, oh no, that is not something I wanted. I was not expecting the Ivern. That's on me. Just jump right into that damage. Oh my gosh, that wind ball just saved his ass. I got you. They just started that thing like it's something to do. There's no way they're still on it, right? They're still on it? Okay. That's not going to do anything to me. Charm's down. Got the knockup. Beautiful, baby. That's right. Do we? I don't know, do we? Have a little bit of a heal I can give. Garen's got to get. Oh my goodness. Chain CC. Whew. We're good again. Garen can take this one. Yikes. Woo. I feel great. This champion is so much fun and so rewarding. Regroup for Dragon. I mean, like, give it if we need to. Get prio, don't die. Garen's pushing with this is totally fine too. Like, they're going to be on staggered timers as well. Leona's going to deal way too much damage with her Blood Song proc here. And Ari's going to get into position. We need to be very, very careful here. Can I get the Kaisa in? I can block. Kaisa's getting big. Alright, Garen's pushing, which means that we get the best of all worlds here. We're going to be careful of Ivern tech. Chain CC. Pop him in. That would be hilarious if we knocked him in and he actually got the dragon. That would be so, like, sad. Alright, we got multiple pushes in the lanes. We're going to get our lane ward. They shouldn't have anyone alive that can really... Oh, like that. That can threaten us. It would be just the two of us, and we just get to chew through the solstice. We have to guard the Kaisa for a moment. You guys trying to get a ward right here. It's not going to be effective, though. Yo, we don't need raptors right now. What we need is pressure on turrets. Where we have Baron come take their camps, if anything. Don't need to do anything, don't need to force anything. If nothing happens, we've got Baron, we win, right? So, like, look what could have happened if I engaged right there. If nothing happens, we win. Relax, we're good. Take a deep breath, right? Like, let the waves come in, let them do their thing. He's ready, which is good. Chain CC, knock up, block, I'll block this. I'm gonna exhaust the Renekton as soon as he comes in, although I probably wanted to deny a little bit more damage than what I did. Kales, it's not good enough, but it is. Woo! Oh man. Meanwhile, Garen's bludgeoning away at their structure. Would have preferred him in the fight, but you know, it is what it is. We're still strong here. They have nothing left. It's Ivern, Kaisa. Ari's coming up in 8 seconds. This is the thing that's important for our team. How are we doing, Israel? We doing okay? I might just go Kindle Gem into the consumable here, because all that matters is winning this next fight, right? So, but you know what? We have time as well, so no real rush. Doing Sterix, I love it. Merc Treads. Wits End. Yas, Wits End. Yas, Wits End next for Tenacity. It's the build that you normally go with the Iceborne Gauntlet, but it looks like he doesn't have it listed right now, so we'll see what he gets on with. We're going to replace this ward, but again, we're going to do it only after this guy leaves. Aye, they might still have vision of this. Careful over here. I like that Kaisa's checking bushes for us. Alright, control ward comes right out here. We don't want them to be blast coning on top of us, especially not on top of Kaisa. We're totally fine to siege here, the two of us. Yasuo can get the mid lane push. We really don't need any attention up in the top. But they killed that, which means I want this. I want to make sure that we have perfect info, what's going on here. Kaisa just gets to push this lane for free. Put a vision ward in there. We are still good. We've got no more time left on the Baron, but we should be able to dent the structure here, and it looks like I'm gonna ult my way over this way. I don't need to force anything, but I will. Give him the Mikhails. In case he's burning. But I think that was enough to get us all the way in the door. Break down the door. And now we walk back to the Baron. These guys are going to want to take Dragon though, so we'll go Dragon. Screw it. Alright, we've got sweepers going in multiple directions. They have no vision back here. So the one way we could lose is if they end up splitting up, but they can't even leave their base right now. So team, we could go get everything. We can go get Baron. Garen could solo the dragon, or we could send Renkar over. The only reason I'm sending him is because it's too late to come over here. Right, it's not going to be consequential for actually taking this down, so now we can go. There's no chance that they've left the base, so we'll be okay with this. Recall shop siege. Lock it in. If nothing happens, we win. Careful, guys. Careful, careful, careful. You are 3v5 right now. 2v5 even. At the edge of the buff range is totally acceptable. Yeah, you know, Garen is kind of a player in this game. We could also probably accomplish the same thing with a super minion. But, you know, it is what it is. Don't think I need to use Mikhails yet. I think we're still good. Let me get vision in here. I don't want them to have that bush advantage over us. That's a big one. We can just wait. Wait for the next wave of supers. We also have a thing coming up. They've lost their turrets. We can re-break this. Kaboom! I'm trying to play the most mechanically intensive I can. Woo! That was fun. We stopped hitting the turret. We stopped hitting the Nexus. Is he ghosting? Does Q ghost anymore? I feel like it doesn't. He has ghost, so he could just walk through everyone. He's just gonna hit it one more time. What a fun one. This has been a very entertaining game. I'm entertained. Are you not entertained? Oh, you know that movie came out when most League players had not been born yet? I don't know if that's most League players, but 25. That came out in what, 98 right now? Or maybe 99. No, Gladiator might have been a little bit later, 2000 maybe. Still. Whew. I had a lot of fun challenging myself with this. It hurts. I can actually see it. You guys probably can't see, but I am actually a little bit red right there. So my body is definitely not used to playing with this much mechanical intensity, and I'm definitely sore right up here, and I can feel fatigue right here. And that's actually kind of exciting. Like, that's exciting to think I'm not even close to how good people could be, and yet there's definitely a whole, like, level before the level that I can get to. And the fact that I'm sore means that I know that my muscles are capable, and they're going to grow, and they're going to get even stronger. So growth mindset for the fucking win. Like, I feel fantastic. Even though it hurts, it's like that post-workout or post-marathon, like, super high, where you're just like, I did that. I did this. It's a tiny little thing, but I'm pumped, man. Maybe I will try hard. Jesus. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to take it slow to start off, because it's a new skill set for me. But yeah, it's flared up for sure. I might even like get a bruise right here. That's unreal for me. That's unreal. Only a taste of what everyone else is doing. GG's sub sucked. There's got them ahead. Thank you. I appreciate that, Corey. What's up, Turbo? How you doing? Congrats on Emerald. Yeah, we kind of oscillated a little bit. We got up pretty quickly as we started this journey and started to try hard a little bit more, play a little bit more Shen top, and just stick to our main. So let's see where we're at. All right, we just played those games. I can tell you, I feel great. I feel fantastic. But let's just take a little snapshot of where we're at. We'll probably have to wait for this to zoom in or do whatever it needs to do. We'll sort this by Rakan. Yeah, we don't have... Oh, we do have the new games. No, a day ago? This is not earlier? This is just doing weird things. So weird, I've dropped to gold twice and then win 2 games in a row back into platinum. Happened 3 times in a row. It happens, especially when you're right there at that threshold, right? And people... The thing is, you don't want to define yourself by the drop, but also when you're at, for example, plat 4 0 LP, you have that forgiveness for a little bit. It's very easy for people to turn that switch off, right? And say like, okay, I can kind of relax and do other things. I just made it back to plat. Let me like play a little bit loosey-goosey. And that can be fun. It can be good for the psyche, but it also can decay that win protection. Also, one of the harsh things that it does, even though your MMR won't drop below 0 for that little protection window, your hidden elo behind the system is going down. It's recognizing that you lost a game, and therefore, even if you go win-loss, you'll go back down to 0, whereas if you go loss-win, you're only going to get like 23 points. It's going to start taxing you like 27 for losses, 23 for wins, so you have to be careful about that. You played Shen jungle, and it's crazy because you can split push as a jungler and Titanic and TP to fights. Ult. Yeah, exactly. I love Shen jungle. What happened to Zyra jungle? I'm on a Rakan bender. All right, so this was the limit test window. No, that's not true. This was the limit test window. This was try to perform. This was adding new skills into our repertoire and being really cognizant of dying too much, where we stopped making as many plays, but we wanted to strengthen our lane phase. Then this is putting things back together. So you can see things are very, very streaky. And for one, that's probably an indicator of days where I do and don't get sleep. That is a big deal for me. The difference in my ability to play based on how much rest I get. But also, the day that you're adding a skill, you can expect to drop because you're so focused on that you don't do some other things. So for example, day 1 today, I'm hyper focused on my mechanics today to see what I can be capable of. And I'm super happy that I did it, because even though my arm hurts like hell right now, and it really does, like it actually is sore right here. And you can see, I mean, you can do a little test for your muscles. If you pinch, I can't do it without Spider-Manning the screen. If you pinch right here, you can see my fingers. Like, these are the muscles that pull down on the fingers, and we're constantly doing this, right? We're pulling up on them and then clicking down, so we can have the antagonist muscles are the ones that are flexing for me, and they're here. I don't go that hard that often, and so even though I don't know if you can see this, like this muscle right here, this is left over from tennis, but this is for like this kind of motion, right? Basically the flick of a racket. It's not so much for the micro here. And that would be more in this area, and it's just, I've got nothing there. So it is a fun challenge for sure, but it is also extremely taxing for me to get there, and I definitely need the break. I'm probably actually going to ice myself legit, because it's a muscle group. I'm working it out, and I'm trying to get I'm trying to level up the talent that I have. And I need to take care of my body, right? So that's something that I need to be cognizant of. But I absolutely love Shen in the jungle, Zyra in the jungle. Shen was one of, if not the single biggest benefactor of the single target damage changes from Season 13, because he used to just have to go Red, Blue, Gromp, and those were the only 3 camps you were allowed to do until you got your Bomby Cinder, because it was Red, Blue, Gromp, gank, and if your gank succeeded, you had a good game, because you'd be able to go back and get your Bombies. Otherwise, you couldn't, and then you just couldn't clear any camps. And you can either do it with Bomby Cinder, Hollowed Radiance that way, or you can do it with Titanic Hydra and play for that scaling. The Ingenious Hunter builds on Shen are amazing, and everyone's seeing how good Ingenious Hunter is. You guys heard it here first. I know you did, so hopefully you guys have been having some fun with that. but it solves one of the problems, which is you can always hold macro, even if your solo laners don't really know, and you can split push and play for that. The downside is that it's very hard to convince your team to start an objective because it's much harder for them to get that damage. Like, you're such a significant part of the Baron damage with the item that if you don't have it, it can be a big ride. So this is us on our mechanical bender. The interesting thing, probably the most interesting thing, these are wins, so the KDA is going to be better naturally, but 21, 22 assists, I don't normally get that high, I don't think. So I'm just looking through a couple of these games. Yeah, I tend to be under 20. And I'm curious how much more. Yeah, in the losses, I'm down by 9, not 1, right? Like, these are low numbers, even when I just sort by recon games. So already, I can see a change. Like, I can feel a change. I know I'm playing way better, way higher mechanically than I would normally do. I certainly feel it in my arm. It's very satisfying to play that way. But then I can also look and be like, damn, like, yeah, I'm getting more done. Right? In the losses, there's one game where I got that much. And this was a game where we were I want to say that we were crushing this game and should have won. And then people, I don't know what happened. Ash, this was a game Ash stopped playing. These guys, we started taking random fights. This guy was insistent on losing. Sometimes we can carry those guys, sometimes we can't. But this is kind of indicative of a game like that where someone just stops participating. But you can see I'm just rarely up doing that much fighting. And these games were hella fun. Like, this was a lot of fun to play. I'm glad I did this. Recon addict, recon abuser. See, that's the thing. I'm going to have to break through all these molds. Basically, I had to go in and tackle, if you guys missed the beginning of the show, too old, can't see, too injured, fake coach, all these ghosts that haunt me. The idea that maybe I might be gated by some things, like, I can break through those. And generally, I spend more time trying to spend time on game knowledge. But this is another avenue. And it actually is super exciting. I actually can't wait for the rest of this week to keep on breaking through this too fucking old mindset that could have been holding me back, where I could have been doing all the other same things, but doing it in diamond rather than platinum, just by forcing myself to play harder. Like, that's an exciting prospect to think about, and then we'll see how high we can grow. Got to run cupcake coaching session I got to do. Oh, dude, that's sweet. That's awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, if you are a support player, Coach Cupcake has the School of Support. Highly endorse everything that he does. It's a fantastic resource, and that is where Israel, our performance psych coach, learned about support. Taking an ARAM break from ranked, gonna resume the climb to masters in a couple weeks. Nice. PTA or lethal tempo on Twitch? Often a question, right? The lethal tempo, if you feel like you need to get in, get out, then PTA is going to be better. If you feel like you can sustain yourself in the fights, then lethal tempo will be better. Against Kaisa, I would go lethal tempo and just ruin that lane. She's got such a weak laning phase that until she picks up any kind of ability to wave clear, whether or not she goes with the serrated Dirk Q start or if she goes for the static Shiv that showed up in Pro and is having a lot of people talk about AP. I know LS is going off on it. Once they have that, then it's much harder to play against it. But you should be able to just take fights and continue them in the early lane. She puts one spell on cooldown, that's enough. She won't be able to do anything else. Loading into game. Good luck, good luck, good luck. What else did we have promised? So we've got our best of 3. Absolutely feel like I got the most out of my body for this game. It got a little bit scary as I was loading in just from doing my 10-minute practice, a CS practice where I didn't even do particularly well, but it was promising, right? It was like, wow, like, here's another level. I can do this. It is getting tiring. So what I did is I made sure to be real with myself. All right, we're going to set a real expectation that you haven't been pushing yourself this hard. So every time you recall, stretch that arm, right? You want to go in the opposite direction. So if your muscles are here spammed in, then you want to relax that and stretch it out as much as possible. So things like this are really common exercises for tennis elbow, and they're similar for here if you get jammed up on the keys. That was hella fun. Anyone want to play dodgeball? You guys want to play some Dr. Mundo dodgeball? I'm totally down if you guys are around. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely hilarious. You just both play both play Mundo. You draw a line in the void pit, and you throw cues at each other, and that's it. That's the game until one of you dies. You have infinite resources. It costs health to throw the cue, and you get health back when it lands. So it is a fantastic game for trying to train this. I'll even put this up. Let's say Mundo dodgeball. We'll see it. We'll see if anyone wants to jump in. No, we'll do like this. So if anyone wants to join in, we got it. You guys get first dibs though. Let me know. This will give me a moment to relax my hand. I am like legit flared up right here. I was going to do arm day today, and I don't think I'm going to, because I don't want to strain this area. I'll probably do some things like shoulders and chest maybe to get that support group, something that didn't work as hard, but it is real what I'm feeling right here. I'm gonna go get some ice actually, because why not? I'll be right back. What if we do, hold on, I don't know, maybe we get no one here for this? That's okay. No big deal. Play cooldown TFT. And I know Andy, if he's watching, will be like, cooldown TFT, that's where the real mechanics are. If you guys haven't seen this, The Drive, Masu, absolutely watch this. Brought a tear to my eye, no joke. I forget which one of these is brighter. I want the biggest, most obnoxious, like in your face, seizure inducing. Boom. Got the shy with the chibi Aatrox. Nice. Nope, it's Camille. All right, multi-talented. What do we want to do with this? We're totally going to win this thing. Oh, it was hovered on us. Yeah, here I am. Think I'm old? It's kind of funny to look at. Truth of the matter is, I am pretty old, and I definitely have fewer of the muscles that are probably ingrained in most of your guys' bodies. But you know what? It's not too late. We can build them up. Emo Spellweaver. Emo Spat? Country? We'll see what we pick up. There's a world where we could take Emo Spellweaver. If this is like another tier sword or like Nasher's items. Sure. Now they made a change to this. 40 starting mana, because we have two. This starts at 50. Now it's at 30% less now. So that puts her at 35. So if you go blue buff, we go to 40 and then... Ooh. No. No, no, no. We have another Annie and this guy's got a huge head start on our Annie right now. All right, well we can go trade. We can be flexible trade sector. We can go Seraphine from here. Do we ever level? This guy's going Seraphine and they have golden ticket. Very similar to ours. Could go Bruisers. What do you access with Bruiser? 6. We wouldn't need the Alawi, so we'd have a very comfortable Bruiser setup. Can go... Oh, maybe a couple different angles. KDA Sentinel. That's a pretty big spike already. We doing this? We can go for the Bruiser Spellweaver build. Gragas. Let's see. Tom Kench has become a rerolling champ. Bruiser Spellweaver with a big Kaisa. Ari, Bruiser frontline instead of a Sentinel frontline. We might be able to do this. Something new, something exciting. I don't know if I win this. Maybe I do. I think I do. That's right. Alright, now we're going to have a double Bruiser front. That's going to be very, very hard to kill. We've got Bruiser Spellweaver. We could do Bruiser with this, but I don't think this is going to cut it long term. Then the question is whether or not we want to do the super fans or not. We go Bruiser. Spellweaver. We would need to find a KDA Spellweaver. We don't have any other KDA units. Suboptimal. Ooh, we could do the EDM country build. Yes, that builds out of this very naturally too. And we have so many of the pieces right here already. Alright, the hard thing will be determining when to get into it all the way. I shouldn't have sold the Olaf, I should have sold one of these. Alright, Bruiser into Lux. Who are we going to put in? Are we going to carry Katarina, or are we going to carry someone else? And if we find Katarina, are we going to go 5 country? We want the 4 EDMs and the 3 there. The 3 country units, we could go 5th country. Especially if we find a crowd diver, we could empower Katarina. Could also just ride this for a bit. I could sell this for econ. Spatula that we're not going to get. Maybe 3 spatulas. All right, let's plan around not getting spatula. What do we have here? This burn. Nope. Wands. Spatulas. Not gonna happen, right? It's a very good start for that guy. Pentakill. All right, do I sell Annie here? I don't think so. I think we can just ride this into the mid game. We have very low econ, so we're going to have to focus on trying to win these rounds, which we should, because we have essentially 8 units on the table. That sucks. You can still play the EDMs as support units, and then go for country as the carries. Alright, it's showtime. Unfortunately, this is the perfect formation for Seraphine to have maximum effect. But luckily we blow it up right before she casts. Alright, so the way this is going to work is 4 EDM units, 3 country units, and then with room for a 4th, we're going to carry all the countries, and we're going to use the EDMs as Zac stun bots. With 40 EDM to trying to carry us through. They just buffed the 4 EDM effectiveness, which doesn't give us the spell any faster, but they did buff the Zac spell, right? So the Zac spell comes one sooner. There it is. There she is. My carry. My baby. Do we level once before doing this? Should have swapped those. So we can go with an extra country unit or an extra crowd diver unit. Both are going to be deadly. 6 Mosher. Yeah, this team's pretty stacked. And actually, you can go 8 Mosher now, and you can totally carry with Jax this way. That's probably gonna have. Oh, did he even go with the Idealism? No, it's the other guy that went Idealism. This one. So he might be a threat in that avenue as well. This is what I was going for last item, so I suppose we can. I mean, we could go shock treatment as well. All these are good for what I'm doing, but I think idealism's best. I kind of wish I had my wand back. Economy. The FF at 18. Well done. That's a 3-star KO with no items. That's gonna be scary. Dude, no joke. This ice pack feels fantastic right now. Oh, I'm not upset to admit it. All right, let's make sure we're uncontested here before we commit all the way. I think we're good. There's a couple of Tom Kenches flying around. We should be okay. We do want to take away these Moshers away from the guy, especially Jax. Jax is also part of our own team, so absolutely we want to keep this in. Question is whether or not we want it any more than anything else right now. I think the answer is no. But level 6 will be an opportunity to get more units in play. We can go with 2... Could go 2 country, could go 4 country and 2 Dazzler. We could go with set. I think I want to sell these guys out. This will do a couple different things. Not only will it give myself like a good fun team that you guys haven't seen before, but also it's going to deny that guy that's going for the 8 Mosher level 3 Jax 1v9 build. This is probably the single best thing I could ask for on a carousel. And there's a Zed there too, and Zed is the next best thing, so... Yikes. Alright, at least we get one. Zed lets us go straight into the build right now. We just need to... The only thing we're missing now is a Zac. Do we want to cut this? Right now we'll go with... Actually, don't even mind a lost streak right here. So let's see, we need 7. Actually, we could just do it on 6 now. But no, we want all the synergies. So we want all the EDM units. We want 7 to be able to have a chance at getting the Zac reliably. And then we're going to have Katarina and Urgot as the carries. Gonna be a weird little composition. Maybe not even Urgot. Maybe I can get like a Thresh in here. Or even a Samira, although Samira is pretty useless without the Executioner bonus. If we get either a Dragon's Claw, or if we get a Cloak or a Chain Vest here, we put it here and we transfer these items over to a 3-star Tahm Kench. And he's going to be our, like, one item, just pivot everything through this guy. Big question will be whether or not we split into different damage types, whether or not we go into Zed Crowd Diver as the other carry. Ooh, what a shot. It's probably time to get rid of this, because we're going to hit 7 next. Go here, we'll clear up the shop as well. Then once, because why not? We just do this with 3 DMs. We'll cut the Lux and just go with the 3 that have synergies. It's actually really good for EDM. So this should fan out the fight where we get the aggressive line we want. Either they're coming here towards the Lux and then these guys will filter out and then the Lux can still shoot this way, or if they're on this side, then she should still be able to carry the laser that way. Part of me just wants to fan out the items now to get the cybernetic bonus. Where are my augments? Also could use a second idealism, putting this on Zed. In fact, I should already just be putting this on Zed. Oop, wrong one. One more of either of these is a 3-star. Yeah, people are getting pretty strong right now. Okay, consolation prize. This goes here. We go for tier next. I got gapped. The Shy, this is the guy that we're competing with. We are naturally blocking a lot of his units. He's already 7 Luxes deep, but he spent all of his money. He also went with Three's Company and Jeweled Lotus, so everything, yeah, this is the type of build that's perfect for the 6 Mosher EDM build. Yeah, ooh, this is a good unit. What do we want? Tier above everything. We want crit for. We want idealism. Then we want tank. Grabbing a Katarina, actually, also very good. We'll go for the idealism. Try to give ourselves a chance at getting 3 of these idealisms. Hand of Justice. Now the thing about the Shy, right? So he stayed 6 for a bit. He's still 6, and he hit all these units the way he wants it. Now the big question is, where does this go, right? We're never going to hit Jax because we're not even going to go for it. That guy's already got 3. So the question is, are we buffing up something like Zac or the Thresh? We're probably just going to spread out the rest of the items. That Tahm Kench is way squishier than I thought he'd be. No lie. Oh, I should have sold this. Whew. Guys gonna be casting a lot of extra dudes. We really need to find this Katarina, huh? Or just like abandon ship. We need the 4 EDMs. We need 4. I don't want to pick these up because these could easily become Katarinas. Won't let me sell? Shit. Got her. We got the Katarina, so that means we're going to spike level 8 next turn and hope that we're not already dead. Try to get either one of these. There's an Urgot right there. The mosh pit. Alright, we can spike really hard off of one more of any of these guys, so we're just going to roll down to 0. Is that true? I think we're strong enough where we might be able to contest these guys if we go to 9 to try to get first place, but we definitely have to get the spike in now, so we'll do this. Should have paid attention to my good habits. Good habits, generally you want to wait, you want to plan your whole turn, decide what you're going to do with your turn, and then once you decide with 5 seconds left, that's when you should start putting things into effect, because otherwise people can scout you out at high levels. Alright, carries are right there. Right in Tom Kench's lap, that's right how I want them. Maybe Urgot should be sliding back. I think we're okay. We need the Shy to get knocked out. Not really. We actually have all the units that we want, right? We're not going to go for Jax 3, so we're actually fine. I think we're higher level than him anyway, so we're going to be okay trying to get the Zax. Heal it up. Drain tank it. That guy got strong. Look at all those 3 stars. I've never seen a comp that had... Yeah, actually no, it's been a long time since those. Oh, Alawi and a Zac. Oh my gosh. Alawi's an incredibly strong unit, but we're maxed out on spots right here. I don't know, maybe it would be better than something like this. Not rank 1. I think I'm okay with this choice. 4 EDMs. Here we could go and like cast the Zed spell, try to maximize the damage. Because Katarina is not the highest single target damage in the game, but
Okay.
should be okay to do it like this. Infinity Edge goes here. The Zac spell is better than it was, right? Yeah, it used to be 8, now it's 7. And -1 should be at 6. So every 6 seconds we'll get that big stun chain out. Let's drop you back a little bit. I suppose we can start doing this. Alright. Who's got the better comp? Look at this Tom Kench. Womp. Has a lot of damage this man's taking up. Big stuns. We just one-shot the Lux with Zac stuns. Or it must have been a Zed getting on the front line. Yeah, that's the Jax carry. 6 Smosher Jax can do work on any team that can't focus fire him. That's alright though. 251. This guy front to back win. Uncontested edgelord. He's gonna start 3. He hasn't even started 3 starring his things. He's got the Riven, which is like the important one, right? He's got Idealism, Gifts from the Fallen, right? This is frequent flyer, is that right? Return on investment. Oh, gain a tactician's crown, right? Obviously wouldn't want both of these things. The Ionic Sparks do not fit at all with the rest of what's going on, but it is an okay setup to get the rest of the team in like that. The double Ionic Spark, certainly something that he wants back, but you can see the power of 7 Edgelord. This guy out. Wow, he got obliterated. Yeah, this guy's team is okay. It looks pretty capped too. He's just gonna get the Nico from here on out. Jazz, KDA, Dazzler, boom. The damage over time effect from your Dazzlers lasts 2 seconds longer and deals 100% more damage. Gain it. He literally only has the one Dazzler, and he's just using it to carry it with this in the fight. That's insane. The tier surely wants to go on the Kennen, right? Just a random item. You can like power up your true damage with it. Get him to stun an extra target, and he stuns faster. I don't know. Maybe you just want it on Nico. Probably just wants to hold off for the right item, right time. This is going to be an enticing matchup here. I would not have split this damage up, right? There's no good reason to split the red buff and the death blade here. You want those on the same target. You want amplified damage from both. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is kind of weird, too. Oh, he's got 8-bit. Never mind. He's got 4 8-bit. Not weird at all. This comp in general can't lock anyone down, so the only way you can win is by ripping through them. That's why Riven's such... Like, you have to get these exact right items on her to make sure that she can front to back. Alright, big spell, Caitlyn. ... It needs to one-shot everybody or you lose. Didn't... What did they do to change the fight? This is the same fight as he had last time? But this time he had 3-star... He had 2 different 3-stars, and this time he lost? That's kind of bizarre. This obviously wants to back off. Position-wise, it is a KDA board, so it's very predictable where it's going to be. Oh, he just moved the Bard. Is that it? He just moved the Bard, so it's gonna target the Riven. This guy needs to move his Riven. He also needs to step the Cane back. He's getting Viego hit. That means Viego's going to cast right away. Now, this position is actually favorable against Viego in general, because you're not going to hit as many targets. Oh, but there he goes. He hit them all. That is so clutch. No mas. And to kill. Is that going to change his board? I might just put this on the Yone. Giant Slayer. No, he goes for the idealism. Makes sense. Generally, you want Vamp on this guy, but Yone's 3-star, right? So like that's the obvious choice. He's taking his edgelords, like the damage is on this side. This side's just meant to sweep through the fight. So how do you combat this? Do you try to focus fire the Riven? It's a little bit hard to do. If you put on any of the even squares, so if this is odd, this is even, then it will never get targeted by the KDA units on these spots, right? So like whoever's here won't get targeted here, right? They line up in front. This is the worst case scenario for them. Riven, the edgelords get straight into the back line and they just wrap around the fight and they just kind of go clockwise through everybody. This is gonna be a complete blowout. Fun game. All right, man. I'm cooled down. My heart rate was up here. Felt really good. I cannot stress enough how good it felt to break down some of my own boundaries and to play through them and have some immediate success. I definitely need the ice pack. I am an old man playing games, using muscles that didn't start developing until I was after like 13 years old. And yeah, like it definitely makes a difference. I'm excited to see what happens next, and we're going to continue this, right? And tomorrow's Theater Thursday, so we will be getting in a game review as well, and then we'll be going through and continuing. We'll sneak peek on what's next. Today we did breaking down how do we fix it, and then developing a growth mindset, right? So we're going to look at some examples of what the good mindsets are, and then we're going to share them with you and then go from there. And then Friday will be a competition day, so I will catch you guys later in the week. Make sure to tune in. We're live every weekday at noon. Until then, as always, keep it surreal. Peace.